It has been, I believe, 2 years since I have filmed a full face of ILIA Beauty or really featured much of their products. Of course, I have featured their products here and there because it is a brand that I still love. Don't mind my cat Ollie here, but ILIA is a brand that I still use and love, but I haven't tried any of their newer launches, such as their eye cream. It is their Bright Start Activated Eye Cream, along with their brow products. They launched brow products a while ago, but for some reason I just haven't tried them. But I reached out to ILIA and they were so kind to send me a variety of items. So I'm going to be doing a full face of ILIA. Some of the products they did kindly send to me and some of the products I already had myself. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So I've got you all zoomed in. So I am going to start off with priming my face. I don't have their primer. That one is one that I have enjoyed using in the past as well, but I don't have that right now. So I'm just going to use a Rare Beauty primer. This is a really nice one. I just want to create a nice base for when I apply the foundation. And this primer is really nice. It definitely kind of like smooths out the skin a bit. I feel like it definitely helps foundation apply nicer on top of the skin, smoother, and helps the makeup to last longer throughout the day. So just starting with that. And then I'm going to go in with their Bright Start Activated Eye Cream. I was very intrigued with this as soon as I saw ILIA post this on their Instagram. It has a really unique applicator. I guess similar to like those stainless steel applicators that you see on other types of products for under the eyes, but this one is not stainless steel, but it has that like cooling to the touch type of applicator. The product squeezes out in the back, and then on the other side is that kind of applicator that you can use to kind of depuff the under eyes. So I'm just going to take a little bit and apply it to the under eyes. It's going to kind of smooth this or massage this into the skin. So I'm just going to do this a little bit to kind of depuff the area a little bit. It does feel nice. It is somewhat cooling, and then I'll tap in the excess with my fingers. Hopefully this is just going to create a nice base for makeup. I do think that it kind of instantly has brightened up my under eyes a little bit. I definitely think that it has woken up my under eyes a little bit, making them look a little bit more bright, and I think that just also has to do with giving my under eyes some moisturization. I do like the applicator on this. It's really nice, I feel like, especially for the morning, because it is kind of a cooling to the touch type of applicator. Alright, so then moving on to base. I'm going to use the True Skin Serum Foundation. I haven't used the ILIA foundations for so long. I just kind of ran out of the foundation and I didn't repurchase it because I just try so many different things. But I'm excited to jump into this again because it's been so long since I've used it. So it does have a nice pump on the bottle, and I have the shade SF2 Tavarua, and this is a shade that I have used in the past. Whoa, it's way runnier than I remembered it being. I forgot that it's runny. So it is a very liquidy formula. I'm just taking one more pump. So it's very, very liquidy. Definitely feels like a serum given the name of it. I don't know why I don't remember it being this runny. Feels super moisturizing on the skin. Wow, I don't remember it being this runny. I wonder if they changed the formula or it's just been that long since I've used it. It looks absolutely stunning on the skin. It gives your skin, well, basically not really much coverage at all, but I love the dewy look that it gives the skin. It makes your skin look so pretty and healthy, but it does feel very, very moisturizing, so I'm definitely going to want to set my face with a powder. Kind of remembered it having a bit more coverage. I wonder if they changed the formula. Maybe I didn't shake it up enough. I don't know. I'm going to take a little bit more. It's still very, very runny formula, so I'm just going to take a little bit more. Not much more. I'll do most of this concealing, I guess, then with the concealer, because from what I remember, the concealer gives a medium buildable coverage, and I do really love the concealer. Next, going in with the concealer. This is a brand new one, so excited to have another one of these because this is one of my favorite concealers. It's just been so long since I've used it. But this is the True Skin Serum Concealer. I have this in the shade SC2 Yucca. Hopefully this shade is going to work for me right now. So I'm just going to take a little bit under the eyes, and then I'm also going to use it for spot concealing, or almost like my foundation. I do have some post-acne marks, so I'll hopefully be able to show you how this can kind of cover up some post-acne marks or dark spots. So just kind of randomly dotting it over my face, just kind of focusing on some post-acne marks. I'll blend it in with my sponge, but I want to kind of dab it in with my fingers first to try to get it to achieve a bit more coverage, because I feel like sometimes this sponge can kind of take away a little bit of the coverage, but it does give a really seamless finish when I use this sponge. So I'm just going to kind of tap this in quickly, and then I'll blend it out the rest of the way with the sponge to make sure it has a seamless finish. Alright, so now just blending it out with the sponge. It is blending out beautifully, just like I remember. It's very creamy formula, not as liquidy as the foundation, but still quite serum-like the name says. And I think it is a buildable kind of concealer. I feel like you can achieve a medium coverage with this. This blends in so nicely into the skin. I do want to add a little bit more coverage under my eyes, just a little bit. I do want to still keep it very lightweight. I don't want it to look heavy, but all over my face where I applied the concealer, it looks so nice and seamless. It's barely detectable. I feel like when I look up close, my skin just still looks like my skin. Looks so pretty, gorgeous for no makeup. If you just want something that looks very seamless, isn't gonna look heavy, isn't gonna look cakey, these are really, really nice. One thing though that I would say about the foundation is that it is very liquidy and it is quite moisturizing. Could potentially be on the oilier side for some people. I have combination skin and I definitely want to set my face with a powder because it does feel kind of oily, though I feel like it doesn't look super oily, but it definitely has kind of a bit of a dewy finish. It makes my skin look really healthy, but just because it feels a little bit oily, I especially do want to set it a little bit in some areas, which I will do. But yeah, so then the concealer, very, very nice, absolutely gorgeous concealer. I definitely don't feel like I can get like a full coverage with this concealer, but it's definitely buildable, I would say, to a medium coverage. Right now, still kind of looking like a light medium coverage on my under eyes, but for an everyday basis, I think it's great. I think it looks beautiful just how it is right now. My skin just looks very natural and healthy, still looks like my skin. I feel like I can see my skin through this. Just looks really pretty. It's not going to completely cover any post-acne marks, but it is going to kind of even out the skin tone a little bit, makes those acne marks not as bright. I personally really like that. So anyway, now the two products that I am the most excited about using is the brow products. I have not tried these yet, but when I saw that they launched brow products, I was so excited because I've been wanting ILIA to launch brow products for so long. So they do have a brow pencil and also an eyebrow gel. The brow pencil, I have it in the shade Dark Blonde. I also do have the shade Taupe, but I think for today's video, I'm going to try out the shade Dark Blonde. So I'm going to start off with the brow pencil. I am a brow pencil kind of girl, so I'm very excited to test this out. Let's go in with it. And the applicator is not like a direct, like pointed applicator. It's actually kind of flat, but obviously that'll change as you apply it and the pencil kind of shapes differently. But I'm just going to lightly fill in my brows, kind of help create shape for my brows. So far, I feel like this is a good shade for me. I feel like it's matching my natural brow hairs pretty well. Boom, super quick, so easy to use. You can definitely tell a quick difference there. This brow definitely has a lot more shape now. There we go, so quick, so easy to use. And then it has a spoolie on the other side, which I always want my brow pencil to have a spoolie on the other side. So that is very, very nice. This is super quick and easy to use. I really, really like it. And I think this shade works perfectly for me. I feel like even if you go for normally a taupe shade normally, I feel like this shade, Dark Blonde, is actually pretty similar to other taupe shades that I have tried, but I definitely need to try their taupe shade as well. But this shade Dark Blonde, I think, works really, really well for me. I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to use the clear brow gel to kind of set this in place. This one has a really, really small applicator here, so it's really easy for making it precise. This is very, very nice to apply, so quick. Feels like really kind of liquidy. I almost feel like I applied a lot just naturally from what was on the applicator, so maybe in the future I should kind of scrape off a little bit of the product, but it feels like serum-like. I feel like this must have like some like nice skincare ingredients in here, I'm guessing, just with the way that it feels. So I'm gonna let that dry down a little bit and then I'll let you know how it feels, if it feels lightweight, if it feels heavy or crunchy, I will let you know, but I need to let it dry down a little bit first because it definitely still feels a little bit wet. So I'm just gonna let this dry down. While I'm letting that dry down, I'm gonna apply a little bit of blush. So I'm gonna use one of their multi-sticks. I'm gonna use the shade Dreamer, and this shade particularly I wanna use because it's fall now and I want to go for kind of a fall type vibe look. So I am going to use this shade, which is absolutely beautiful, such a nice shade for fall. And I am going to apply this as my blush. So I'm just gonna take this Merit Beauty brush and I am going to take some of this multi-stick onto the brush, and then I will dab this onto my face. There we go. See, it just instantly gives such a gorgeous color to the face. So pretty. This blends out so nice. The multi-sticks are going to give you a dewy finish, so again, I am going to kind of tone that down a little bit when I do set my face with a powder, but this is absolutely beautiful. I feel like with these products right now, it all is just looking so just natural and skin-like. My skin looks healthy. It really lets your natural just skin still poke through, but gives you such a nice, healthy, glowy look. I love this. This color is so pretty for fall. You could also use this for other things as well. It is a multi-stick, so you could use it on your lips if you want it as well, but I am going to use another product for my lips. Now the brows have dried down. This feels so lightweight. It is not crunchy, it is not tacky, but I can actually like just feeling it. It definitely feels like my brows are going to be held in place nicely, but at the same time it doesn't feel crunchy. It doesn't feel stiff. It just feels really nice and lightweight. So I really like that so far. I'm definitely gonna have to test out these more and I'll let you guys know my thoughts on these. But so far, my first impressions are I am very impressed with these brow products. Absolutely love them. All right, so now let's move on to bronzer. I'm gonna use the Nightlight bronzing powder. This is the shade Drawn In, which is the lightest shade that they have. And I have used this before. I love this bronzer. It's a really nice matte bronzer. I find that this is super easy to work with. It's nice because you kind of don't have to worry about applying too much product. It applies just a really nice amount. I'm going to use this brush from Kosas. This is the Kosas contour brush. I thought it was kind of an interesting shaped brush for bronzer. This is intended for bronzer. It looks like a highlighter fan brush in my opinion, but it is much larger than a normal fan highlighter brush. This is actually quite nice for applying bronzer. It's very nice and fluffy, so I'm just taking some onto this brush, tapping off the excess. And then I'm just going to lightly apply this. And as you can see, this is just applying it so nicely. This bronzer as well is part of the reason that this applies well too though, because this bronzer is so nice that I feel like you can't mess this up very easily because it applies just very nice and lightly. It doesn't look like a stark, obvious line, which is really nice. It doesn't look obviously like you have an intense bronzer on, but it's just really easy to work with. And this shade in particular, I just think is so nice, and especially for like fall and winter when maybe you don't want your bronzer to be as intense or as warming to the skin. I think this one is really nice because this one is not really leaning on the like orange tone side. I don't know, maybe on the neutral side, but I just find that it's a much more like subtle bronzer than some out there. So I find that this is particularly nice for fall and winter when I don't want my bronzer to be as intense or as looking like I'm as sun-kissed, if that makes sense. But it still does a nice job at warming up the face and giving some more life to your face. So I really like that. And then I'm going to take the ILIA brush. This is their blending brush. Also, ILIA has some really nice brushes. Definitely some of my favorite brushes. They're absolutely beautiful. They're so soft. They feel really nice and luxurious. Definitely ILIA are actually some of my favorite brushes. I've had these for a while. I did do a video where I demoed using these brushes, but they're really nice. So I'm gonna take the bronzer and using their blending brush, I'm just gonna take a little bit of that bronzer, tap some off, and I'm gonna use this as my crease shade. I love popping in bronzer in my crease. I just find it's a quick way to do something to the eyes to kind of waken them up a little bit. And it just looks really nice, and it's super quick and easy to do. And this brush is so nice for that. And then I'm gonna take a smaller brush here using the same bronzer, and I'm just gonna put this on the lower lash line as well. So I feel like my skin is starting to look and feel even more dewy as I'm getting hot with all the lights on. So I'm going to set my face now. I'm going to use the ILIA Fade Into You setting powder. This is their soft focus finishing powder. I love this powder. It's a very, very fine powder. Really, really beautiful. It does work very well to kind of blur the skin a little bit, but then of course it's going to do a really nice job at setting makeup, making your makeup last longer. So I just have a little bit here on the cap, and then I'm using the ILIA finishing powder brush. Again, love, love, love their brushes. This one is so, so nice. Perfect for all over powder. I use it the most for a setting powder brush, and it is fantastic. So I'm just gonna kind of set the T-zone, but then also under my eyes and kind of all over my face a little bit, just very lightly. I do want to keep a little bit of that dew in there still, because I do think that looks really nice and makes my skin look glowy and healthy. And then I'm gonna take this Kosas brush. This is the Kosas Face Detailer. I love this for setting under the eyes. So again, just taking a little bit of this powder. Whoa, I put way too much there. So just taking a little bit of this powder, and then I'm gonna dab off the excess, set under the eyes. Probably should have set the under eyes right after I applied the concealer, but oh well. It actually is not creasing and still looks really nice, and this kind of sets it and blurs the under eyes just a little bit. I do really wish that ILIA would come out with a powder blush. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see them come out with maybe some matte blushes or maybe even some luminous blushes for like powder blushes. I think that would be awesome, because so far they really just have, for blush shades, they have the cream products, the multi-sticks, and then they also have this like multi-use liquid product. I've done a review on it before in the past, but they don't have any powder blushes, and I would love to see that from them. I think that would be so nice. But anyway, let's go ahead, and I do kind of want more color on my cheeks, so I do want to apply a little bit more of the multi-stick. Just kind of get some color in there again. I'm gonna continue with the eyeshadow look just a little bit. I am gonna use one of their eyeshadow palettes. This is the Warm Nude The Necessary eyeshadow palette, and this has a bunch of really beautiful nude shades. I especially love this palette for fall, but it's also a great everyday palette. It has some nice nude shades in here. I'm just gonna take this shade right here. It's a really pretty like champagne shade. Has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but not like chunks of glitter. I'm just gonna pop this all over the lid. Since this is a fall look, I'm gonna take it a little bit further, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is this really, really pretty like burgundy shade. I'm gonna pop this on the lower lash line. I'm gonna use the Limitless Lash Mascara. So here's the Limitless Lash Mascara. I have a little mini size here. This is actually one of my absolute favorite mascaras. It just lengthens your lashes so well. Look how quickly that just lengthened my lashes. There it is. I absolutely love this mascara. I am still gonna let this dry down, and then I am gonna curl my eyelashes one more time, because I do want my lashes to be even more curled. So then let's apply a lip product. I'm gonna use the ILIA Balmy Tint Hydrating Lip Balm. I'm gonna use the shade Faded, which is the most gorgeous brown shade. This is perfect for fall. I have done a swatch video swatching every single shade of these lip balms. They are absolutely beautiful. I love these, and this shade is just so gorgeous. It is so satisfying seeing a brand new one of this, because it just looks so gorgeous. I actually want to do something totally not normal, and I'm going to take the brow product, and I'm going to use this to line my lips, because I feel like this could actually pair well for fall. These are so creamy, and this shade is so beautiful for fall. They're so moisturizing, so comfortable on the lips. Oh, and actually I also do want to apply a highlighter. This highlighter, this is the Liquid Light Serum Highlighter. They also have a powder highlighter. I don't have that anymore, but that one is one that I absolutely love. Lightly apply. Look at that. Instantly adds highlight. So, so gorgeous. Look at those lashes. So there it is. There is the completed look. I'm so excited to now have finally tried the brow products. These are really, really nice. And just seeing this complete look reminds me of how much I love ILIA. Their products are awesome. Another product that I absolutely love from ILIA is the lip wrap. This is my third one of this. I absolutely love it. The lip wrap is so good for just an everyday lip balm. It's super moisturizing. I love this, using it for overnight, and I just pop it on throughout the day. But one of my favorite lip balms or lip treatments, just a clear lip treatment. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you guys want to check out anything that I showed in today's video, I will have all of the products listed and linked in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video.